Better.
This show goes out to all them good dogs. Don't matter if you're a boy or girl dog. Laying around sleeping, getting treats dog. You know those best dogs. Dog.
It's the best dog.
Dog.
Hi, welcome to today's episode of the Best Dog Podcast. I'm Amy, and my co-host Rich is joining us from his semi tonight.
Via
Hi,
satellite, all the way from Iraq. Oh, I meant
all the way from what state are you in?
What?
Where are you at?
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Okay. All right. So I can't ask you what we're going to be talking about today because you're not here beside me, but I will tell you what we're going to talk about today. Today we are going to, of course, we're going to watch a video of dogs that are up for adoption from MichianaPets.org. And also we are going to discuss cancer in dogs and diabetes in dogs.
Wow, what
Those
an
are,
uplifting
I know,
show.
it's kind of a bummer.
Tomorrow's
I know, but
Veterans Day. We can talk about that. Jeez, oh, Pete.
it is National Pet Cancer Awareness Month and also Diabetes Awareness Month. So that's why we're going to talk about those two things. We're also going to play a game of Liar Liar and maybe another game if we have time to do that.
Well, I'm winning Liar Liar right now, so that sounds good.
Yeah, I know. All right. So, Alex, what are we doing first?
First, I will show you guys the video from Michiana Pets, which showcases two new dogs, Duchess and Ziggy.
Okay.
Oh, there's Ziggy! Come on, Duchess! You guys are awesome. You are such good dogs. What'd you find? Anything good? What are you doing in there? I don't think you can fit, Sister Beth.
We would like to introduce you to a very special pair of best friends. Meet Ziggy and Duchess. Ziggy is the bigger brown and white boy, and Duchess is the shorter, light brindle-colored pup. These guys have never met a stranger. What we mean is that they love every single person that they meet, and they're even phenomenal with children. They've lived in a home with babies before, as well as teenagers, and they've done wonderful with each and every age of child. Unfortunately, life circumstances happened, and Duchess and Ziggy are back at the shelter, ready to start another chapter in their book. They really are the friendliest, sweetest, wiggliest, happiest dogs. And again, if you have kiddos, you could not find two better dogs to love them so much. Now, a little bit more about their personalities. Ziggy, the big guy pictured here, is the big teddy bear type of dog. He's always wanting you to pet him, and he's always wanting the attention on him. This beautiful girl is Duchess. She's known for giving the world's best kisses. Duchess and Ziggy have awesome manners. They know how to sit, they know how to shake, they walk nicely on a leash, and they take treats so gently. And we haven't even began to tell you how silly they are. You can usually find them rolling around in the grass outside, having a good old time together. They really are just the happiest, most easygoing dogs. Everybody who's around them is always smiling and laughing because we just cannot get enough of their little faces and their darling personalities. They sure do love their food and their treats, but they never have an issue sharing with one another. Their temperaments are amazing. At this point, they would prefer it to be just them in their new homes. Ziggy is about 9 and Duchess is about 5, so they're used to it being just them.
Okay, sit. Speak. Good boy, Zig. Do you want this, Duchess? Sit.
Come meet them at Michiana Humane Society.
Sit. Good girl. Yes, you're being a very good boy.
My
Oh
God.
my gosh. I don't know how long we're going to be able to do this without going to visit a pup.
Visit hell. I'm sitting here trying to figure out how I can have 7 dogs in my bed.
Oh, jeez. Not just in our house, but in the bed. Oh my
Duchess
gosh.
is absolutely adorable.
I know. Did you see the little
Oh.
freckles all around? It was Duchess was the boy, right? No, Duchess is
No,
female.
Duchess is the girl. Ziggy was the boy.
Okay. Did you see
But
the little freckles on his chin? Oh my god.
Duchess,
Totally cute.
Duchess was absolutely adorable. I'm sitting
All
here the
right,
whole
so
time. I don't remember half of what she said because I'm sitting here trying to figure out how I can get her. Yeah.
When they started rolling in the grass,
I
just,
thought of
oh
our
my
dog.
gosh.
I was like, now I know why Daddy always needs a bath. Oh my God, I'm in love. Oh,
Oh my gosh. Well, if you are interested in Ziggy and Duchess or either or, make sure you go to michianapets.org, check them out, call before you go in, make sure that they're still available, and go get those puppies before we do.
it's
'Cause
7
we
o'clock
can't
at
do
night.
that.
It's 7 o'clock at night. They probably open at 7, so I've got
Oh my
12
gosh.
hours from Gas City
can't,
to
babe.
Michigan. From Gas City to Michigan City, I think it's only 2 hours, but I'm an hour ahead.
All right. We need to change subjects before we end up with 7 dogs. We also have
No,
a
we
cat
don't.
too.
We're just gonna have to quit doing this podcast because I'm going to get their dogs. That's all there is to it.
All right. Well, we're going to change the mood just a little bit. But the reason that we're doing this is because people need to be aware of the different types of cancer that dogs can get and some of the factors that play into part as to how they get cancer. One of these might shock you because I was quite surprised to find this out. So this is from merckvet.com. This is where I got this information. And they say that hereditary risk factors play a role in the occurrence of cancer in pets. For example, among dogs, golden retrievers, boxers, Bernese mountain dogs, and Rottweilers are generally more likely to develop cancer than any other dog breed. I wasn't aware of that. And then, of course, age plays a factor. Most of the time, if they get cancer later, age plays a factor as well. The larger dogs are more likely to get cancer. And they say that because of a combination of genes or a single gene, there could be more of a link between that as to why those breeds are getting it. As far as environmental factors, pets live in the same environment as their owners, so therefore they are at risk of the same carcinogens as we are. The smog and pollution in the air, also long exposures to sun, secondhand tobacco smoke, insecticides, pesticides, that kind of stuff, all plays a role in your animals getting cancer as well as it does us. This is the one that shocked me.
Food.
Some cancers are sexually transmitted amongst dogs.
Well, that
Did
would
you know
be
that,
like
babe?
that would be like us getting HPV.
Yeah, but this is actually cancerous cells, genital cancerous cells that are given to the healthy dog from sexual activity.
Yeah,
Similar,
isn't that what HPV is in humans?
Yeah, I believe it is. I didn't think about that when I was looking at this. I was actually just shocked that it could be spread that way in animals. I didn't know that.
Okay.
Pretty interesting. It was interesting to me.
I didn't know that, but I'm not surprised by it.
Yeah. because it's awareness month, we wanted to make sure that we just pointed on that a little bit. And of course, there are some chemicals and stuff that also are carcinogens to dogs, just like people. And those are, asbestos and stuff like that as well. Same things as people. So if, of course, tumors and stuff like that you might notice on your dog, you want to get those checked right away.
So is there a scanning or a screening or anything that people can do that, like if you don't feel a lump, maybe they have internal cancer, how dogs tend to hide pain and you don't notice things. Is there a way to catch it early?
Just like with people, if you notice, that they're having a hard time breathing, stuff like that, they go through the series of testing just like people do, getting the MRIs kind of thing, stuff like that. They're imaging to see if there's any tumors in the lungs and stuff. But so the other thing that is this month as well is diabetes awareness. So this one, most cases of like spontaneous onset of diabetes is in middle-aged dogs. Females are twice as affected as males are. I don't know what the reason for that is, but the incidence appears to be an increase in certain small breeds, such as miniature poodles and dachshunds, schnauzers, cairn terriers, and beagles, but any breed can be affected by it. So some of the symptoms that you might want to watch for, which this, can go either way when it comes to diabetes, just like in people, increased thirst, more urination, frequent urination, increase or decrease in appetite and weight gain or weight loss. Also, cataracts in dogs could be a sign. And weakness or lethargy, we have one dog who he has a problem with his hip and he gets very lazy and doesn't really want to do things because he's hurting. So a lot of times, they'll end up being lethargic or just weak in general. And those are signs, to get checked out by the doctor. But this was something that shocked me with this. Up to 25% of diabetic animals are euthanized the day that they are diagnosed.
Why?
Because people aren't educated enough that they think that that's a death sentence. And so they just want to put them out of their misery. Also, because they're afraid they can't afford to go through treatments. And one of the things,
wouldn't you find out what it costs before you put your dog down?
You would think so. Yeah. But they said that, and it's mostly just because the people aren't educated about the illness.
Well, then the vet should have the responsibility of stopping people from putting their pet down before getting all the info.
I think that when they, realize that there's a possibility that they could have to be put on insulin and stuff, I think people just panic. And that's one of the things that they do. But yeah, I thought that was terribly sad. But long-term success with diabetes is all communication, between the vet and the person being willing to go through the process of giving the dog medication, changing their diet and stuff like that, because they can, if they're overweight because of the illness, changing their diet helps them a lot. And then, there's different types of medication and stuff like that they could use as well. Some of it isn't as expensive as others, but some people don't want to put in the time of taking them to the vet and getting regular checkups and stuff to make sure that their sugar is all okay. So, yeah, when I read that, I couldn't believe that people would, jump right away and make that decision. But, some people feel they're too busy to have to deal with that.
Okay,
they
so
don't have
if people are afraid they can't afford it, do you know what it costs for a dog to have insulin, or do you have any of the info on that?
I don't, but I have a friend who had a dog that was diabetic. So I'm going to reach out to her tomorrow and see if she'll answer some questions, or I'll call the vet tomorrow and find out, and I'll give you some information next week when we do the show.
Okay.
So, let's play a game, Alex.
Yep. Our next game that we have is Doggone Liar, another round, which I think Rich was the only one who scored a point last time.
He did.
Which The score would be
876.
876. So I am 2 away right now, which is not very good. So I need to really get my stuff together, and hopefully I can with this group of statements.
I was 3 away at one point, so anything's possible.
Yeah, of course. So on this segment, Doggone Liar, for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, we do it about every episode. I have 3 statements for Rich and Amy, 2 of which are true and 1 of them that is a lie. I'm going to give them these statements, and they need to guess which one is the lie. Are you 2 ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as the theme song plays.
Yep, we'll get to the theme song right now.
You, Josh, go.
My dog ate it?
I know you don't have a dog.
I can't lie!
That's not true. That's a lie.
No. You are a liar! No, I'm not!
He would like to confuse us.
Stretching the truth.
You've been lying.
I lied about that too.
Did you just call me a liar?
You must be quite a liar.
It's a gift.
I'm pretty good.
Okay, so that reminded me of something. I go back and listen to the podcast every week on Spotify just to see how it sounded. You know, how does it sound podcast wise versus video wise? So this is extremely important. I want everybody to comment where they are finding the podcast. If you're watching it on YouTube, please comment on YouTube. If you're watching it on Facebook, please comment on Facebook. And if you are listening to this as a podcast, I want you to email us at thebestdogpodcast@gmail.com. And the reason that this is important is because I've been thinking about taking down the podcast feed because I don't know if anybody else is listening. I'm not seeing any metrics, any numbers. I'm not seeing any watches on iTunes or Apple or whatever. So if you're listening to this as a podcast, you definitely need to email me. If you're watching this on video, you need to comment, because if nobody's watching the video side of this, we may just go to an audio podcast and we'll change the games so they translate to audio. But if everybody is listening to this on audio, watching it on video, I may take down the podcast stream. I'm not sure which avenue is doing the best. So right now, you guys need to save your own skin. If you like the video, comment. If you like the podcast form, then you need to email us, because I may take one or the other down, and you might lose your form if you don't let us know how you're listening, because I'm not seeing the metrics on the podcast thing that we run this through. So just a heads up.
Okay. So here are our 3 statements for this round. The first statement is that a crocodile cannot stick out its tongue.
A crocodile cannot stick out its tongue. Okay.
Okay. Next statement is that a rat can laugh.
Okay.
The third statement is that a great white shark's skeleton, including teeth, has over 700 bones.
Wait, say that again. My brain.
A great white shark's skeleton, including the teeth, has over 700 bones.
Your mom's still thinking about a rat laughing at little. Yeah, see? I'm not even there, and I know what she's thinking.
I'm so sorry. I just keep thinking of Master Shredder sitting there laughing his ass off.
I was thinking of Mickey Mouse or something. I mean, he's not a rat, but.
Okay. I don't think a whale has 700 bones.
A great white shark.
Oh, it was a shark. Well, oh yeah, wait.
How many teeth do a shark have? I'm not going to say nothing. I keep forgetting. This is how she wins. I talk, she listens.
And you say I don't listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one again was what?
The first one was that a crocodile cannot stick out its tongue.
I think that's true. And I know if I go with that stupid rat, it's gonna be that it can.
How many bones in a shark?
700, over 700.
How many do a human have?
I think a human has about 220 or something like that.
213 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's including its teeth.
Hmm.
All right, Bug,
you
I
got?
have to hear the way you. I'm sorry, what, honey?
What you got?
Alex, I'm sorry, I called you that. I called you Bug on the thing. Sorry. Could you repeat number 2, because I want to hear I don't want to laugh at it again. I just want to hear your wording, the phrasing. Maybe I'm missing something in the phrasing.
A rat can laugh.
That's all that it is.
Yep.
All right, I have to go with number 2 being false. Just because it's funny.
Okay. So here's my thought process. One, I'm pretty sure I've heard the shark thing before. And I'm not mistaken. Sharks have 3 rows of teeth. They have an ungodly high number of teeth. So I'm pretty sure that's true. Okay. Number 1, I think is also true, because if you've ever watched a crocodile, they will hiss.
Yeah.
But by sticking out their tongue, I am assuming that means past their teeth. They ain't got no 18-inch tongue to get out past the front of that beak.
Their beak.
What do you call that? The snout?
I don't know.
mean, yeah, okay. You laugh, but you don't even know what it's called. So, So I stick my tongue out at you. So,
well,
I think that's the caveat for the crocodile is, I don't even know if they can move their tongue. I think it's actually attached to the bottom palate. So I don't think they can stick it out. So I think number 2 is the lie.
I think so too. I was thinking of when we went to Florida and we went to Gatorama.
Yep.
They would open their mouths for food, but their tongue didn't move.
No, it did not. I'm not even sure they have a tongue.
They did have tongues.
Did they?
Yeah, but they didn't move. So I'm sticking with number 2, that Master Shredder can't laugh, only in the cartoon.
They can laugh, is what the statement is.
Yeah, I don't think they can.
Yeah, I don't think they can.
Okay. So you both go with number 2.
Yes.
I'm going with number 2 by default, because unless you've got a trick for one, like I said, they can't stick their tongue out past their teeth. So what is the definition of sticking out their tongue?
I would probably say past their teeth is correct.
Then number 2 is the lie.
Amy, you're with 2?
I am with 2.
Okay. I have gained a point.
Oh, no way!
It's got to be the shark. He had to change the number. He had to change the number of bones.
So a crocodile, you're right. It cannot stick out its tongue because it's completely attached to that bottom palate. It doesn't leave at all. A rat can laugh. Studies have shown that they react to tickles with laughs. And social rats that laugh when they play are more attracted to hanging out with other rats that are prone to laughing. So there's social and antisocial rats that laugh when they play. A great white shark. This was very interesting to me because when you see cartoons or illustrations of a fish skeleton, it always shows like a fish skeleton. And I was curious of what it actually looked like, so I started looking into it. And I also wanted to see a shark skeleton. A shark does not have a skeleton. It has an inner frame of cartilage.
Oh my god.
So the bones, there are no bones. If you look up how many bones a shark has, it just says there's no skeleton.
And that was the first thing I said, was that sharks don't have bones. But I said whales, not sharks.
I didn't hear you say that. Yeah, you said whales.
I think he knew that I would laugh at the rat, and that was why
when I found that out, I was like, I knew that you were going to get a kick out of that.
Oh my god.
All right.
It's all right.
So we-
It's 8-7-7. I still have the lead.
Yep.
Lord.
I'm finally tied up with Amy now. That is going to wrap up our game of Doggone Liar. I do have a game prepared, but we are only 5 minutes away from hitting our 30-minute mark, so we can save that for next week's episode if we'd like.
Is it a new game we've never played before?
It is just a round of chain reaction. I just wanted to get something ready for this in case we did do the guest.
All right. Do we have anybody watching that wants to join and play chain reaction?
Does anyone want to comment and join us for a game of chain reaction?
Did anybody comment on if they're watching us live when I made that
have
statement?
Seen that we did have 4 viewers at one time, and also Mitch did comment for us earlier and said that Rich does sound good through his phone, so he gave us that good feedback. Thank you, Mitch.
All right.
Other than that, we have not had any.
He tried to call me a second ago, but it didn't come through because I got my
yeah.
phone on Do Not Disturb.
Oh, okay.
I disturbed you. I woke you up.
Well, yeah. Anyway. So did anybody comment they want to play? If somebody wants to play with us, then we'll play. If nobody wants to play with us, then we won't play.
Okay. We'll
so did anybody comment that they want to play?
Not yet.
All right. Well, I'm pretty sure somebody would have commented by now because.
Okay.
So, all right, we'll call it.
Okay. Well, for those of you who want some more information about cancer in dogs or diabetes in dogs, visit Merck, MERCK, vet, VET, manual, MANUAL.com. And if you are interested in taking home Duchess or Ziggy, was it? Yeah, Duchess
you got 11
or
hours
Ziggy.
and 45 minutes.
Go to Michiana Pets, Michiana Humane Society or MichianaPets.org online. Check them out. You can see all the animals that they have available for adoption, but call before you go in to visit. Make sure that they're still available before you go. Before my husband gets in and gets them.
I think the only problem I'm going to have is trying to talk Brianne into letting me bring them home with other dogs because she said those two want to be by themselves. But I got to see if I can talk her out of that.
I might have to talk to Brianne before you do that.
Oh no.
All right, guys, that does it for us this week. Tune in next week. We'll see you next week. Y'all have a great week. Thank you.